We know that full art Pokemon trainers are getting really popular right now, especially in the Sun and Moon era and the Japanese ones, and they're getting really expensive. But there are some great ones that you can pick up that are pretty cheap in English in the Sword and Shield era. So today we'll be going through a bunch of different trainer cards, which are great pickups for your collection. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so full art trainer time. We're going to be taking a look at a bunch of different full art trainers in the Sword and Shield era. These are really nice full art trainers. These aren't rainbow rares, these are just the normal full art trainers of a bunch of different sets. And some of these are really cheap and really good pickups to add into your collection that don't break the bank. So today we'll be taking a look at PokeJace.io at all of these cards. So let's jump into the first one. First off, we have the full art Leon from Vivid Voltage. Now Vivid Voltage is a, kind of old set now. It's been out for a while. Booster boxes are kind of staying steady on their prices, but the pull rates are really tough, and this is a really cool, awesome full art trainer. There is a rainbow rare version of this, but today we're looking at the normal full art. On eBay we're looking around $7, on TCG Players around $6, but on Card Market it's a little bit more expensive actually, at around €12. Now this in a PSA 10 only goes for roughly around 27. It's not massively expensive, but then again, it's a cheap card, right? This is a really nice card, and as you can see from the charts, guys, that the prices of this have kind of been dropping, okay? If we look at the raw price for this card, it was around $9. It did actually go to around about 11.5, but then over the past 6 months, it has slowly declined, but it's been around that $7 to $8 for a while. So this is a really good card, I think, to pick up. Like I say, Vivid Voltage is a set that not many people open nowadays. Booster boxes get a little bit more expensive, and it is an old set, and this is a beautiful card, big character from the games. So yeah, really nice one. Then we have the full art Nessa from Lost Origin. Now Nessa is a big fan favorite, and Lost Origin has some fantastic cards in it, and this is definitely one of them. This is one from the trainer gallery in Lost Origin. Now we know that Lost Origin has a very strong trainer gallery. Booster boxes Lost Origin are going up in price as well. This is pretty cheap at around $8. This is not a really expensive card. PSA 10 going for 55. That's an insanely good return for a PSA 10 version of Nessa. I like this actually. It's quite nice. I actually have this in my collection. One of the few cards I actually have from Lost Origin, and it is really nice. We take a look over the past 6 months. The PSA 10 price has dropped, but it's stayed quite steady, and sitting around 55 is actually pretty good. We take a look at the raw card price. It's been pretty stable, right? $9, $8, and it's been sitting around that for the longest time. This is still a really good card to get from Lost Origin. I like Lost Origin, and I do feel like down the line, you never know, this could go up. Not bad in a PSA 10, 55. That actually surprised me. Okay, then we got the full art Skyla from Shining Fates. It's actually one of my favorite cards from Shining Fates. This is a awesome full art trainer. Old Skyla cards from older sets are actually high in value, and this is really cheap. In all honesty, this is a really good deal. So eBay we're looking around $12. TCG Play you're looking around 8 to 9, and then Card Market you're looking around about €9. Over here you pick this up for around 10, 11 pounds. PSA 10, $64. Again, big return in the PSA 10. Even in PSA 9, it's not doing too bad. $20, that's still pretty good. We look at the chart, guys. PSA 10 has been going up. It was around $47, $50, and over the past 6 months, a PSA 10 version of this has been climbing. So that's actually quite interesting. But even though Shining Fates got pretty a lot, it is getting just a little bit more higher in value and a little bit more cost for Shining Fates. And the Skyla card is just absolutely amazing. And we take a look at the raw price. The raw price has gone up ever so slightly over the past 6 months. It was around $9, and it's slowly tricking up. It did get to as high as around 12 to 13, and then it's kind of leveled out, and it's gone back up to that 12 mark. And like I say, I think this is really good. It's actually one of the most expensive cards in Shining Fates now. You've got the Charizard, you've got the Suicune, and I believe it's the Skyla next. So quite interesting. Then we have the Aroma Lady full art from Evolving Skies. Now we know Evolving Skies is super expensive. To be honest, probably not worth opening up a booster box of this, but you can still pull this. This is a gorgeous looking card. I actually like the artwork of this. I really do. Looking around $7 on eBay, $8 on TCG Player, and about €11 on Card Market. Over here, around about £10 or so, you can pick this up. And if we take a look, right? PSA 10 price, $56. Again, really good return to PSA 10. PSA 9, not the greatest. But again, Evolving Skies is expensive. This is a cheap card to pick up, and it's a really nice card. I remember pulling this actually in one of the Japanese sets. I think EV Heroes, if I remember rightly. But yeah, gorgeous looking card, absolutely amazing. And we take a look at the PSA 10 price. I mean, it's been going up and down, okay? It's been going up and down like a yo-yo for the past 6 months. It did go to as low as 47. But it is sitting around that 56, so it has gone up just a little bit. And we take a look at the raw price of this card. It's been around that $8, $9 for the longest time. It did actually drop to around about $6 but it's been pretty stable. So I do feel like this is a good card, especially for booster packs, right? This is basically the same cost as a booster pack. I think it's a good time to pick this one up. All right, then we have Clara Full Art. This is from Chill and Rain. As we know, Chill and Rain has some fantastic cards in it, and this is one of them. This is actually one of the most expensive cards. This is the most expensive trainer, especially in Chill and Rain, but it's a really nice. It's a really nice card. $28 on eBay, $33 on TCG Player, and $24 on Card Market. Actually, a little bit cheaper on Card Market. PSA 10, $82. Again, pretty good return to PSA 10. PSA 9, probably not really, not that great, to be honest. But if we take a look at the chart, guys, PSA 10 has actually dropped. It was sitting around 130 in a PSA 10 6 months ago, and it has dropped. That might be because people are opening up a little bit more Chill and Rain because they know how good the set is. Also, to get your cards graded now is a little bit cheaper, a little bit easier and quicker. So it's probably more of it getting graded. That's probably why the prices are dropping. But if we take a look at the raw price, it's actually been going up. Over the last 6 months, this card's actually been doing really well. So it started off around $21. It did go to as low as $16, $17. And as we can see, it has slowly been climbing, and that's pretty good. That's good news. And though a lot of the top cards in Chill and Rain have been going up, Chill and Rain booster boxes are getting hard to get hold of. They're getting more expensive. So a lot of the cards are moving with it, especially Blaziken, as we well know. Clara Full Art, really nice card. We had the Clara Promo that came in the milk carton. That's also a really nice one, but the one from Chill and Rain, for me, definitely takes it. Then we have the Irida Full Art from Astral Radiance. Now, in Japanese, this is one of the biggest cards in Astral Radiance. Of course, get the waifu tax going. But over here in English, it didn't really go over to that height, right? It doesn't normally do that. Whenever we get those full art trainers coming in, they're not usually that high value compared to the Japanese counterparts. But this was actually pretty high for a full art trainer in general. If we look at all the other full arts apart from the Clara, they're not massively expensive. So this is in around $21 on eBay and TCG Player, $23 on Card Market. Actually one of the top end cards in Astral Radiance. And, it's a nice full art trainer. Astral Radiance isn't super expensive and it's quite easy to get hold of. This in a PSA 10, $80. It's not quite as good as the others. Like, we've seen the others around like 70, 80, but their raw price is a lot less than the Irida. So that's quite interesting. But there is quite a lot out there. And then in a PSA 9, not a huge difference, not the greatest, obviously, but a 10, actually pretty good. But if we look at the graded price of the 10, it has been dropping. So it did start off around 19. It did actually go to as high as 113. But then it did drop to 66 and it's bounced back up to 80. So it has been declining in the graded section. But the raw price has been pretty stable over the past 6 months. $22, and it did go to about as low as 18. But then it has been slowly ticking back up. Like I say, Astral Radiance is still quite easy to get hold of. Pull rates though, not the greatest for out of the trainer gallery sets. This is still a big card to get. We are running it back with the Irida. This one now is from Crown Zenith. Now Crown Zenith has good pull rates. Now we know they have good pull rates. And on top of that, there is a lot of it around at the moment. This card has been dropping since its release. So we're looking around $14 on eBay, 15 on TCG Player, and around 14 euros on Card Market. In a PSA 10 is $47. Not really, bringing in a ton there. And we're looking around 22 in a PSA 9. Okay, a little bit. This card hasn't been out for a very long time. Like Crown Zenith has been out now for a few months, not the full 6 months. So let's take a look. So obviously the graded price was going to be really high, but when the set has came out, it was around 110 and it's been dropping ever since. That's why the PSA 10 price is so low. And even if you look at the raw price of this card, again, has been dropping from around $35 now down to as low as 15. So it's dropped over 50%. Now's a good time to get it. That's what I'm saying. A lot of Crown Zenith cards have been dropping across the board, but now's a good time to start getting them. ETBs are now going to get a little bit harder to get hold of. Of course, there's loads of other products for Crown Zenith you can still get hold of, and that's quite easy. But the Irida is a big card in the set, very nice, and now's a good time to pick up. Less than 50% than when it came out, so yeah, pretty good one. And then we have a card from Rebel Clash. We actually have the Full Art Sonia. Now, this is actually a card which is one of the big cards in the set. I think it's like maybe the second or third most expensive card in Rebel Clash. Now, Rebel Clash booster boxes are pretty expensive, which is quite surprising. Booster packs, though, are not that expensive, like loose, but a booster box is. And this is sitting around $26 on eBay, 28 on TCG Player, and about 20 euros on Card Market. PSA 10, $72. So that's actually a pretty decent return. PSA 9, yeah, not the greatest. Rebel Clash is a really tough pull rates, like super tough. Like I say, booster boxes are very expensive. Pull rates are tough. This is like the second biggest card in the set, trainer as well. I honestly think it's a good one to get. So this is pretty decent. And when we look at the PSA 10 prices, it did go up to around $100, but it has been dropping and settling. Rebel Clash, a lot of the cards haven't really been going up in value, not really. It's quite interesting to see that this card is actually, you know, pretty good in a PSA 10. However, the raw price of this card has actually been going up. Like, a lot of the other cards in the set really haven't, but this card has. So 6 months ago it was around $17, and it's been climbing ever since. So we're doing pretty well, around $25, $26 for this card. So like I say, Rebel Clash is, you know, expensive booster boxes, really tough pull rates, but this is still a really good card. So you have it. Those are some full art trainers that you can pick up pretty cheap. I mean, there's some really, really good ones on there. Of course, most of them are the female trainers just because they tend to do really well. We've seen it with the Japanese cards as well. For some reason, they just do really well. Of course, Leon's a good one. I really like Leon, and I think that's a really good one from Vivid Voltage. But most of these cards are fantastic. They tend to be a lot cheaper over here in English than over in Japanese. When you take a look at some of the big Japanese cards that are coming over, like the Miriam in Scarlet and Violet, and then we're going to have the Iono and the Dendra coming across in Paldea Evolved. We have to wait and see what those prices are going to be like, but I think they're going to be quite high. There are some more expensive trainer cards in the Sword and Shield era, like the Serena, that's actually quite an expensive trainer card, and the Marnie from Sword and Shield base. To be perfectly honest, the full art trainers are nowhere near as crazy as they are in the Sun and Moon era. Will they be over time? I actually believe so. I actually believe that some of these could reach insane heights a few years down the line. So, and they're beautiful cards that you can pick up for a good price right now. But if you want to know what great Pokemon cards and Pokemon sets that you may have missed out on, but it's not too late, then make sure to click on this video right here. If you watch more Pokemon content, guys, you know what to do. Make sure to smash that subscribe button. Alright guys, that's it from me in this video. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, you guys are legends, and I'll see you in the next one.